Hello, welcome. It's Debbie. I'm here with Chalk Pretty Things. Tonight we are going to work on a door tag. It's made out of wood. It is a chalk couture surface, so we know it's going to be good. These shapes are great. You can hang them on your wall, on your door. There's so many things you can do with them. They're great for decorating. So we're going to get started. Let me just pin a quick comment. And off we go. Whoops, I just lost my video. Okay. So tonight, the transfer that we're going to be using is currently out of stock. And I'm not sure when it's restocking, but we do have restocks on Thursday afternoon. So perhaps it'll restock tomorrow. I didn't check though. This transfer is great. It's called Let's Sit and Chat. And it is perfect for like a long welcome board that can be 5 or 6 feet long. It's also perfect for taking little sections out and doing smaller projects. So one section says, welcome to our home. Hello friend, come on in. Then there's have a seat, let's sit and chat, stay a while, kick off your shoes, read a book, daydream, sip a drink, rest your soul, make some memories, fall in love, appreciate today. Lots of great summertime memories and ways to relax. Today what we're going to use is we're going to do the read a book, daydream, sip a drink, and rest your soul portion of the transfer. So I am just going to peel off part of this, and it is one of those big transfers that are kind of unwieldy, but before we do that even, we are going to wax our surface. Now, it's best to always wax a wooden surface because wood can be uneven and it tends to be not a smooth surface. So by waxing, you're doing several things. You're kind of filling in some of those little grooves that are inherently in the wood. And by doing that, you are going to protect your transfer when you rip it up. When you pull it up, you're not going to rip it or stretch it. You're also going to protect your wood underneath by not peeling up any splinters of wood. And also, and I think this is the most important benefit for me, is if you make a small mistake on your surface, it's going to be easier to repair. So I am going to get my fuzzing cloth, and I'm going to fuzz this portion of the transfer. And this may be a little unwieldy, we'll see. With these big transfers, there's always a really good chance of getting it stuck to itself. So I am just going to carefully peel half of it. And if you've never used the Chalkology transfers, Chalk Couture transfers before, they are reusable silk screen transfers, and they are sticky on one side, which is great because that helps it adhere to your surface so that you get a really nice bond to your surface below, and that helps prevent any paste from leaking underneath. It gives you good crisp lines. So I am going to fuzz just a couple times on each section because I don't want it to stick really, really hard and do any damage to the surface or to the transfer. So now that I have it fuzzed, I'm still going to leave it on the backer sheet a little bit, and I'm going to try to work with it just by laying it over this tag. So I am trying to center it, and that's way too far, so let me do it over more on the edge. Let me see. I think I need to move it over just a little bit more. So I'm also kind of trying to keep everything square on my mat. I'm trying to square up my transfer on the mat and see if I can get everything straight. I'm using the lines. And I am hoping to get pretty close to the cutting edge of this to be on the edge of my board. And I do see a little bit of wax right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and flip it over. This is right on and that's not, so I'm going to move it just a little bit. And really positioning your transfer on your surface is important, and it's probably the most time-consuming part of the whole project. These are quick little projects and they come out so beautiful. Okay. And I wonder, since I'm going to have a little bow probably at the end, I think I'm going to move it up a little bit. Things that I want to think about before I stick it down. Okay. A little bit more, guys. Right there, let's try it. Okay, I think the secret was, or is, maybe not. It's still a little unbalanced. So it's not lining up the board with the edge of the transfer. It's more about moving it over just a little bit, placing our transfer over. And if these stick together, try your best to get them off, released without stretching them out. Okay, so I still think I need to move this over a little bit. I'm sorry it's taken so long, guys. I'm gonna get it. Okay, so this one right here, and this one needs to go in a little bit. If you're new, please type new in the comments so I can welcome you to my page. I'm so happy you're here. I have so much fun doing these crafts, guys, and I enjoy talking to people. So the more people we can get to join, the happier I'll be. Okay. It's going a little crooked. Whoa, guys. Okay, here we go. We have got this lined up right here. It's straight. We're going to move this so that it's off a little tiny bit. We're going to flop this over. You like that word, flop? And we're going to unstick it. And that looks pretty good. A little bit. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and smooth it down on my surface, and I'm really concerned about making sure the edges around the white silk screen are down, because that's what's going to create our crisp lines. Feels really good. The colors I've chosen for this project are raspberry sorbet and tulip and black. So I think I'm going to do black will be for the dots, And I think we'll do pink, orange, pink. So we're going to do reed pink. Well, pink, orange, pink, orange, pink. Okay, we'll do pink, orange, and black in between. So all I'm doing is getting a little bit of chalk couture paste. I'm going to get a squeegee, and I'm just going to smooth that over the transfer where it's cut out. It's so easy, guys. It goes on just wonderfully. It feels good. Just smooth it on. I took a lot of excess off, and I'm going to put it back in my jar. And I'm actually going to do the paste and peel method because I do have a fan on above me, and chalk paste dries quickly anyway. So what the paste and peel method is when you paste some, and then as soon as you get it on there, you're going to peel it down. So right now I'm going to peel this up. I'm not sure if you guys can see. Can you guys see this? Okay, so I'm going to peel it. It looks great. It's a great impression. So now I'm going to go ahead and dry it just a little bit before I let it go back down. And like I said, it does dry really, really quickly. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and smooth it down on the unpasted areas again. I don't want to smooth it down up here because I don't want the ink to smear. I'm going to go ahead and put some tulip on and get a different squeegee and smooth it over. Once again, I have quite a bit of paste here. Just going to try to scoop it up, put it back in the jar, and make sure I've got coverage on all my letters. I don't quite have it on my K. Let's do my K. So quick and easy, just smooth it on. Then we're going to lift it up again, dry it, and do the next color. Quick, guys, quick, quick, quick. All right. I'm going to lift it up. I have a little bit of bleeding, and that's okay, because remember I told you we put the paste down? It's going to be easy cleanup once it dries. Okay, go ahead and lay my transfer back down. And this is a little harder because of the angle that I'm working at. Since it's still attached to the backer here, I'm going to try and put it down without smearing anything up at the top. Okay, and we're not going to touch the area up here that we just dried. Pink for Daydream. And this gets a little tricky because Daydream kind of goes down below and gets pretty close to those dots. And it has a swoop. So I'm going to go a little slower there, be a little more careful. Get a little more paste here. More paste down here. All right, here comes our next layer. Oh, I just got a little bit of pink on my hands. Okay, we're going to go ahead and lift that up. Looks great, except for the little end on Daydream. So I'm going to dry it. Lay it back down. I'm going to try to redo that little swoosh right here. You can tell that I worked on it, but I didn't smooth it, so it probably stayed in the screen. Okay. Now I'm going to do the little black dots, and since they're pretty small, I'm going to go ahead and use my detail tool. This detail tool has a pointed end, which is useful for scraping up things that you need to off or to pick up your transfer, but the black end is also smallest squeegee we have, and so it comes in good, comes in handy for these little tiny places. And I'm going to try and get this smoothed down again. Let's see. There's a little bubble right there. There we go. Yeah, just kind of bubbling right there. Let me see if I can get it down better. Okay, I'm just going to let it fall. Okay. Oops, I didn't want that to be pink. That was supposed to be black. Okay, so I'm going to get some black paste, and I'm just going to go, yeah, it's kind of coming up again, but I'm just going to go ahead and paste on these dots, smooth it over the area, let it go through the silk screen. Alrighty, there's my black lid. Alright, so next comes orange. Let's do our orange, our tulip. And I did put a lot of tulip on this time, but that's okay. We'll see. We will not use it all. We will just smooth it over the silkscreen area, making sure we cover all the white areas. And what we don't use, we will put back in our jar. So this Chalk Couture Chalkology paste is really nice. It's they just reformulated the formula a little bit so that it's always creamy and dreamy, they call it, because it's so smooth. And it just goes on like a dream. It's just so smooth feeling when you use it. It's water-based, so it's easy to clean up. Oops, I have a little spot here. Looks like there was a bubble here. So water-based, easy cleanup, non-toxic. If it dries out a little bit on you, you can add some distilled water. Oh, I've got a big bleed right there. Okay, we'll fix that in just a second. I'm going to use my small detail tool again, just to go ahead and paste over this area of the dots. So the bleeds happen usually when the ink goes underneath the stencil. The silkscreen area isn't down all the way around the edge. So that's why it's important just to make sure you get that down. I'm going to go ahead and do this black set of lines, but I'm going to make sure this is down all the way. Since I've got the black ready to go, I'm just going to go ahead and paste it on here. Then we'll do our last line of color. If you guys are interested in trying out this product, there's a couple different ways. We have some sample kits available on the website. I believe they're like $7.95, and you get a little tiny tag like this shape, except small, and you get a transfer and a way to try it out. It's great. So they'll send it to you in a cute little package. If you want to try the monthly club, it's $19.99 a month, and they send you an 8.5 by 11 transfer every month, and that's an exclusive transfer that's only available to Club Couture members and designers. They send you 3 packets of coordinating paste, and it's a great way to try out the product and get a surprise every month in the mail and have a craft to do. So it's really great. They'll give you directions on how to use it. Like I said, those transfers are exclusive. Our transfer for this month is honey related, and no, lemon related. And I'll go ahead and do it. I did one project with it already, but I'll probably do another one in a couple days. Since these transfers are reusable, you can think of different ways to apply them to different surfaces and make a whole bunch of stuff with them. Got a little bit of black in my pink there. We'll see how that turns out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and peel it off. And we'll see. Well, it would have looked really good except for these bleeds. I'm going to clean my transfer in just a second. They're pretty easy to clean. But I do have a couple bleeds. I have a big bleed right here in the middle of SIP. And then I have a small bleed right here on the O. And this dot bled. So I'm going to try and get, sometimes it's easier just to let it dry completely before you start messing with it, and I probably will for all those big bleeds. But for these edge ones, I'm just going to go ahead and do, this is called a board eraser. It's like a magic eraser sponge, but it doesn't have any chemicals in it. So I'm just going to get it wet and just wipe off that orange paste that was down here. And then once this dries, I'm going to go ahead and use my detail tool and try to scrape off some of these other bleeds. Okay, let me see if this is dry enough up here to try to scrape it off a little bit. Another thing you can do is get like a Q-tip and moisten it and kind of get it off a little bit. Yeah, I'm making more mess here. Okay, we're going to leave that, and we'll do that in just a minute. But one other thing I thought would be cute would be to add some little embellishments on the corners. And these are from a different stencil, but they're just little corner embellishments. So I thought if I put one right here, actually, you know what? It's already got the dots, and this has dots. So I think we're going to skip that. I don't see any need for doing it if it already has dots there. It's just going to be repeating that. So I'm going to go ahead and put my paste away real quick. I do like to keep my jars on my paste, put them back on right away just so they don't dry out. But like I said, if they do dry out, you can just squirt a little bit of distilled water into your paste and mix it up really good, and it comes right back. Okay. So that's away. a little bit of water on here. And I wonder if I could do, I'm probably better off letting this dry, but yeah, it's just kind of smearing right now. I'm gonna let that dry. So what we're gonna do as far as the hanger is we are going to, I have some twine right here. It happens to be pink and white. We're just gonna add some twine. Aha, I feel so successful. So, I think I am just going to knot the ends. Because I really don't want a long hanger. I'm going to go ahead and thread it through the top. And loop it. And I'm going to make a little bow. I don't want it too large, so, and this is not double, I mean it's double-sided, so I don't have to worry about flipping it and twisting it. This will be a tail. Makes it a little easier actually. Okay, let's get a little bit of this string that I have here. I'm going to use it to tie the bow. So I'm just going to kind of pinch the center together, flip it over, and tie it as tight as I can to cinch the centers together. Then I'm going to go ahead and get my ends and do what's called a dovetail, which just means cutting a V into them. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of fluff up my bow a little bit. Make it poofy. This wire ribbon is great, guys. It's great for making your bows look fuller. It's easy to work with. So here's my bow. I'm just going to go ahead and loop it through the hole, just the same place that my hanger was. And tie it on there. And then I can trim the edges. Isn't that cute? Regardless of how I have to clean it up a little bit, I imagine this on a book nook, a little reading nook, something to welcome you with, maybe sit in that little niche and have your little drink there and have a summery day, just enjoying a book, imagining warm, sunny days where there's fun things going on, lots of entertainment. So I think it's a great project. So I will go ahead and clean this up. Let me see if I can clean. Yeah, see, some of this is already scraping right off. Just with my fingernail. Now I want to be careful because there's certain spots I want off and certain spots I don't want off. And this is coming off so easily because of the wax layer I put underneath. Let me see if I've got this stick here. Let me see if I can just kind of use it to scrape it off. And I will still have to do a little bit of cleanup with some water. And then I have some black right here that I can kind of scratch off. Okay. So if you like this video, please give it a heart, give it a thumbs up. I'd love it if you would like and follow the page. I'm going to be on live again tomorrow night between 6 and 6:30. I'll be on every night in the month of May at that time. I love creating these things. I love coming up with ideas, but I also like talking to people too. So I would appreciate having people in the audience that could give me some more ideas or suggest things. I'm always willing to take suggestions, but I'll take a picture of this, put on the website after I've got it cleaned up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye.